Hey guys, Zerg here. Hope all of you are doing well today. So I've been playing Tarkov for somewhere around 2 weeks now, and I feel like the early stages of the game are starting to fade away for me. So I thought I'd make a new player's guide to go over some of the things I struggled with at the very beginning. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys how to manage your money or anything like that. I want to share the gameplay experiences I had so far, things that really punish you if you don't overcome them quickly. Um, so yeah, like if you guys want me to make a complete starting out, just your starting gear, how to manage that money, tips and tricks, things that I did to make money at the very start, I could make a video like that. If you guys want to just leave a comment or something saying that that's something you want to see, I could do that. So starting off, I'm gonna go with the keybinds. So just going over the keybinds, you've got Alt and right click will swap between your current site's settings. So if you've got a scope like this and you press Alt and right click, you switch between the variable zoom. Swap between sites, Control and right click. And then T will be your tactical button for your laser on and off, flashlights on and off. Control and T will be switching between your settings on your tactical attachment. And then you have B, switches fire modes, full auto, single fire. Alt and B will make you check like what you're currently on, like full auto, it'll show. And then if you've got Alt and T will check the status of your ammo. So at the bottom right you'll see nearly full, what type of ammo you've got in, all that good stuff. Shift and T will check if you've got a gun, if your gun's got a round chambered. And yeah, I think that's about it for gun stuff. So a thing that bothered me about Tarkov is the sprinting at the start. So you press shift, you start sprinting, and then you let go, but then you do this weird little slide. And it took me like a couple of raids to figure out that the problem was you have to start sprinting with shift, and then you press shift again to stop sprinting. So you start sprinting, stop sprinting. So then you don't do that little slide by just letting go. So that's something to keep in mind. Obviously you got Q and E for leaning, as well as holding Alt and D will make you slow lean left and right. A and D makes you do this little slow lean. If you've got cover over here and you want to peek out of it, obviously you can do E, or if you hold in Alt and press E, you do a step. So you can step lean behind cover. Then as well, Alt and S default will blind fire only to the right side. You can't blind fire to your left side. So Alt and S to do the right side blind fire, and then Alt and W will do the overhead blind fire as well. So you can throw grenades like that as well. Default key is G for your grenades. I've just got one smoke grenade over here. So just to test it, you can peek around the corner, press G, and then it throws it around the corner. And then as for the weapons itself, let's see, I got a mag over here. You need to have a slot open for your mag. See, it's like a 2x1. So if I clog everything up here, that there isn't a free slot, if you reload, my bad, if you reload, it's dropping your mag on the floor. So something to keep in mind, you always need to have an open 2x1 for your fresh mag. So if I do it again, boom, no mag drops. If there isn't a free slot open, your mag's gonna drop to the floor. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. The mags will drop to the floor if you don't have a free slot for them. Then something as well, you shave over around a second in reload time by double tapping R. So you double tap it, it drops your mag on the ground, but it's a quicker reload. You can always come and pick your mag up later again. If you're in a firefight, you really need to quickly reload, just double tap R, drop your mag and you're back into it. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And if your mags are insured, you'll just get them back on insurance 9 times out of 10 anyway. So as for healing, you got your AI2s that you start out with. These do not stop bleeding though. If you're bleeding and you use an AI2, it will only give you your health. It would not stop bleeding, so you would need to have a bandage as well. The way to hotkey anything in your pockets or in your vest is you just hover over it, for example, and press a number. Anything from 3, anything above 3, you can see at the bottom here, your V, 1, 2, and 3 are kind of separated over here. So those things you can't make a quick bind, but 4 to 0 you can do it. So 4, 5, 6 for example would be my IFAK, AI2 and bandage. IFAK does heal and bandage, but I think it only heals for a maximum of like 30, yeah, like 30 HP. So you got splints as well. Every part of your body has its own HP. If the HP goes to 0, that part or that limb would be blacked. So having your legs broken or blacked, you wouldn't be able to sprint. You would need to take painkillers in order to be able to sprint as well. So let me see if I can just quickly demonstrate that. Let's see. Let's try and break our legs quick. See if it'll work. Yeah, so we got 2 fractures on our legs. See how I'm limping? And I cannot sprint. I'm pressing shift. I cannot sprint. So using painkillers, I'm able to walk at a normal speed now. I'm not limping anymore. And I'm able to sprint as well. I do take damage from sprinting, but it's a good thing that you can at least be mobile still, even though your legs are broken. So yeah, I think that's about it for this section. Yeah, but I think so. So then as well, V is to switch to your melee weapon. You got your left click swing and your right click jab or stab. If you're on your weapon and you double tap V, it'll do like a quick melee. Once again, double tapping O will bring up your extraction. At the top right, see sellers gate 3 and gate 0. So then again, you've got your movement speed at the bottom left. You can see the white dots underneath your character. Scroll wheel will change your movement speed. Up makes you walk faster, down makes you walk slower. You can also crouch with C. If you hold in C and then scroll down, you can see my character is like slowly moving towards a crouch position, and then scrolling up, you go slowly to an upright position as well. You got prone with X, and then you've got N for night vision or any face shield. If you've got a face shield on your helmet or night vision, pressing N will raise and lower the shield or your night vision. So as for inventory keybinds, F is generally to interact with anything. You left click on an item, press R, and you will rotate that item. And if you want to get rid of an item, just hover over it and press delete, and it will drop that item. So yeah, scroll to select different options, search or take. Scrolling up and down will go between the two. And yeah, that's about it. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I almost forgot. If you want to quickly equip, I don't have someone to test this on, but let's say I'm looting someone over here and I just want to take this gun quickly. Alt, left click, boom. It equips it. So Alt clicking equips it, and then Control clicking will take it. So if I'm looting someone, oh, I can actually do it like this. So if I'm looting someone's bag and I want to take all these masks really quickly, hold in Control, left click, and if you have space, you just take everything. Alt click to equip, and yeah, that's it. Control click to get it into your inventory, and Alt click to equip it. First things first, map knowledge is the key to winning or losing a gunfight a lot of the time. Now you can run maps in offline mode. I however found that extremely boring. The only map I ever did that on was Factory, just because it's such a small map, and at least knowing how to get to the extraction from any direction is a great asset to have. I mostly used my scavs with a map open on my other screen to learn the other maps. You have the potential to get the gear and make some money while also not losing anything in the process, because scavs are absolutely free, like every 10 minutes. So you make money, you learn the map, doesn't cost you anything. Win-win. To see where your extraction is, double tap O by default and it will show up in the top right corner of your screen. The ones with the question marks are potential extracts. To know if it's open, you would have to go to that location and find out. The ones without the question marks is a definite extract, so you're guaranteed to be able to get out from that location. I would say a very important part of the early game as well is just to use your scavs. Just use one every 10 minutes. It's a free loadout, and just change up your playstyle a bit with it as well. You know, like if you get a shotgun, try and ambush someone a bit maybe, you know? If you get a Viper Hunter or Mosin or something, just try the sniping playstyle. Just try and think what that loadout was meant for. Like if you have a bunch of armor and you have an AK, sure you could take the straight up gunfights, but if you just have a Mosin or something, try and snipe a bit. Try and see where your strengths lie, whether it be sniping, ambushing, close quarter battles, anything like that. Just play around with it. Quests are the best way of making money and getting experience, both map knowledge, player level. I suggest learning factory and customs first. Factory definitely I would suggest for the first map, just for the gunplay and the decision making, like all your combat factors. You would learn a lot just in factory, definitely. And then I would suggest going to customs as your second map, because there's a lot of quests and good loot potential as well. If you're looking at the stats, the survival rate of majority of the professionals, streamers, all those people, it's basically 50% or less, which means they die half of their raids. So you might as well just use your guns. It's you're either gonna die or you're not gonna die, you know? Tarkov gives and Tarkov takes. It's not your gear at the end of the day. You're just borrowing it for the time being. Always keep an eye out. This goes without saying, but people get relaxed because they haven't seen or heard players in a while, and they end up getting killed because of this. Always be on your guard and always assume that there's still a bunch of people in your raid with you. Keep checking your angles, keep clearing the corners, and make sure that there isn't another person in the building right next to you. The type of ammunition that you use greatly increases your chance of either winning the fight or losing the fight. So what I would do, I'll put a link in the description for ammo. You've either got flesh damage or pen, armor penetration. I would just say always go with armor penetration, because the flesh damage, you have to aim for the legs or the arms, things like that. You know, I would think just hitting center mass all the time would be quite easier to achieve than. This was an issue for me at the start as well. I got shotguns, and then I would just keep shooting people in the chest or in the face, you know, and a lot of people survived with that. So I feel like an early player, if you're new to the game, the muscle memory or your instincts isn't going to tell you to instantly just start shooting someone in the leg when you've got a shotgun. So I would try and get the mid-tier to higher tier ammo. It's not that expensive, it really isn't, and it's an investment, you know. It'll probably win you the gunfight just because you have a bit better bullets. So I think it's worth investing, definitely. Also, if you get a kill, don't loot immediately. You've just shot people in the area, are immediately going to start looking at you. If it's a 2-man or 3-man, a squad, you know, his friends are going to be hearing, or he's going to be telling them where he just got shot, and they're going to be guarding his body. So what I like to do in general is I do like a 30-second security check, or like a perimeter check. I just call it a security check, um, where I look in all directions essentially, and it would have to take someone 30 seconds to get to me if I just looked away and they start running, you know. So it's a very, very good quality to have. Just the loot's gonna be there, you know. You could sit there for 40 minutes just watching the body until the end of the raid, and you just extract at the last 3 minutes. You're still gonna get the loot. So don't be too greedy and just instantly go for the loot, because I've killed so many people because of that, where they might have shot one of my friends or something and they just want to come and loot, and they get killed for it because I'm there as well. There's always another person, always. With that as well, don't over loot. Don't lay there for like 20 minutes trying to sort through loot on the body you just killed. Know what you have, know how much space you have left, know what you need. If you can still take 2 more guns, you just shot a guy, just take his guns and then go, you know. If you're just sitting there looting the whole time, again, that 30-second window is starting to close. So just get in, get out, take what you need. Greed kills. Always, always be wary of extraction campers. It's the easiest way to get loot. People will sit there camping for like 40 minutes waiting for someone to come to the extraction, and they will just kill you, take your stuff, and extract. Check the extractions, guys. Check it. So this right here is just a prime example of me trying to kill a raider with subpar bullets. Obviously I could only shoot him in the head. There was some things I could have done differently looking back at it, but just you see me shooting him in the head with one pistol, completely emptying it, switching to another pistol and shooting the remaining bullets out on him as well, and then me just charging in at the end because there's nothing else I could have done. So if he didn't have a face shield on, I probably would have gotten the kill very easily, but just the fact that he had a face shield on made it really, really difficult trying to pen through that. And I'm pretty sure if I had better bullets, I might have killed him. So just a prime example of why ammo choices are really necessary. Another thing to watch out for is hatchlings. If you have something to lose, I would just shoot them. It is Tarkov after all. If you didn't bring a gun, then you know you're just fair game. But I was streaming the other day and there was a hatchling. We decided to let him live, make friends with him, and we actually ended up getting a red key card from him. Well, not from him, but with him as well, which was really good. But if you have gear and you have something to lose, I would just shoot them, honestly, because you don't know what they have in their gamma, right? They could just be a hatchling, but they have an MP7 in their gamma, and as soon as you turn your back to them, they'll just take it out, kill you. So rather on the safe side, just shoot them, and yeah, I mean, you have too much to lose anyway. Lastly, guys, if you made it this far into the video, just from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Hopefully you found something helpful. If you didn't, I'm really sorry I wasted your time. I really do appreciate each and every one of you that took the time out of your day to spend it here with me, even if just for a little bit. Really do appreciate that. I'm going to be making in-depth videos where we cover like an entire video, say meds, tips and tricks on meds, thought process, stuff like that. Let's say kits, starter kits, budget builds, sniping builds, CQB, shotgun, meme builds, you name it. We'll go into in depth on everything. This is just a mindset video to get you orientated to think more like a Tarkov player. Like I said at the very start of the video, this wasn't going to be a money making guide, how to manage your stash video. I'll definitely do videos like that soon. But yeah, this was just a trying to get to grips with Tarkov, you know, because it's a very punishing game, but it's such a rewarding game as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.